So, I'm scattered tonight. I'm really scattered. Um, just a lot of different stuff on my brain. Um, I uploaded a video a little while ago, and I realized that what I was talking about was not what I wanted to be talking about, and kind of factually incorrect and whatnot. It didn't sit well, so I deleted it. First time so far that I've deleted a video. Um, but here's something really interesting. We as a race, human beings, Western civilization, Western like American, we Americans have like for the past decade or so been really like fascinated with vampirism and the possibility of vampires and stories about vampires and things like that. And it's fascinating. It really is. Um, how much we've taken this very old concept of a human being becoming a something else, um, something, and it's not even like human, with lycanthropy or the wolfman thing, or shapeshifting or what have you. Vampirism's different, um, because the person maintains themselves, so to speak, their mind, their physical body changes, interior changes, but um, it's more like becoming kind of a superhero or superhuman, if you will. Um, it's a fantastic fantasy. Uh, a lot of the things that you dislike about being human, mortality being the big one, living forever, aging, um, weakness. You get the strength, um, and some of the myths, and I think some of the original myths it was where it came from, but it's kind of lost its luster. The whole changing into a bat, which it kind of is a feeble part of the mythology, because physically transforming a full human being, physics doesn't support that whole thing, shrinking down to be this little flying rat. um, but a lot of the weaknesses of the human being are transformed and eliminated by vampirism. There are weaknesses that it's replaced by. If you follow the older mythology, sunlight, um, and this is pervasive through a lot of it. The sunlight changes. Um, Either you can't go out in it, or it fries you. That was a big theme in recent years in the Anne Rice novels, in in the underworld movies, the vampire versus werewolf thing, that whole mythos. Um, the One of the big things was, of course, sunlight, or ultraviolet radiation or what have you. The Blade series of movies. Um, the whole going out in the sun thing, not good, either not possible. The Twilight series, no matter what you think of it, it works with the vampire thing, that put the vampires out in the daylight and made them sparkle. Oh boy, did that cause a ruckus. But I watch a decent amount of anime. For some reason or other, I really like anime. Some of it's just so wacky and out there and so goofy. But there's a decent amount of anime, and a decent amount of anime that appeals to me. A lot of it is vampire driven. There's just piles of it that have vampirism as a theme, and I find that very interesting, because the vampire thing, I'm sure globally there's been some sort of vampire um, mythology in every culture, something like that, um, because it's born out of human ignorance, and it's one of those, same thing as religion. It's used to scapegoat and define certain things. but bloodsuckers, you know. But what I find interesting is that the Japanese, in most of their anime, have adopted like the Eurocentric mythology of vampirism. Uh, it's just I find it fascinating, and I always thought that, you know, that was one of those things that I kind of wish was real, in the fact that I don't think I would mind too much being a vampire. And I think I could get over the negatives of the more Eurocentric mythology. Um, Drinking of the blood, I don't have a problem with that if that's what you got to do to survive. I mean, as much as we like food, we are hitched to food in a very slave-like way. We must have it. We cannot survive without food. Um, so, and that food can make us fat. It can upset our stomach. There's so many things. If it was as simple as finding someone who you just wanted to drink their blood, yeah, I'm all for it. The not going out in daylight, I do like daylight, but not nearly as much as I like the nighttime. I could definitely get over that one. Um, the crosses thing, since I'm an atheist, you know, whatever. The garlic thing, that, or the holy water and all that stuff. You know, these are minor inconveniences, I think, compared to being immortal. Heightened senses, extreme increase in strength, the ability to either fly or be able to have that the ability to transport yourself physically for great heights or great lengths, without getting tired. Um, there's a lot to it that I would dig. I can see the appeal. Um, so yeah, I mean, uh, but I was watching an anime called Blood Plus. Found it fascinating. That how much of the Eurocentric culture that the Japanese had adopted, um, in their vampiric, you know, storytelling. But I didn't think I was gonna rant about this for that long. I thought I was just gonna touch on it and move on. But I won't. I won't get into. There's other subjects in my head, but I'll just leave it for now. Make this one short. I just found it fascinating. I think it's an interesting part of human nature that we want to believe that, and yeah, I wouldn't mind it being true. Not at all. Not in the sparkly Twilight series way. I don't know. If the vampirism turned you into a hideous monster and this and that, um, no, not so much. But you know, if you became this, you know, svelte, sexy Eurotrash guy with a cape, I guess I could deal with it. So just rambling and ranting tonight. Nothing major. Got to be at work in 8 hours, so I think I'm gonna try to get some sleep. Shiny. I just got out of the shower a little bit ago, so as always, be good to each other.